what we're going to do with this hive today is this is a walkaway split that I did on 5/14. Let's see, January, March, April, May the 14th. Marked queen on June 10th and has been looking great ever since. And I added this top deep on August the 4th. And what I did was I checkerboarded from down here to up here. And I wanted to try to get them into a two deep, double deep system going into winter, basically to comb production. So as you see, I take my notes on top of my hive, so that's what I was reading. So let's see what they're doing. All right. The bees have been a little antsy, to say the least. This month, biggest reason is because of our dearth. We're starting to come out of the dearth just a little bit here in Locust, where I live in North Carolina. Got some goldenrod stuff starting to bloom, so they're just a little bit happier than what they've been being. And like I said, the only reason we're going in here is to see how much comb they pulled. Now this is the show you my top feeder. I do feed from time to time. Usually there's only 3 reasons I'll feed, and one of them being low on stores, and the other one is trying to get them to pull comb, and the other one I have no clue what it is, but I'll remember it when I finish this video. Let's see how many bees we got up in here. So I always look under the feeder, make sure the queen's not up here. And she is marked. She's a 2018 queen. So I don't see her. So I'm going to set this feeder right here. Looks like they've pulled just a little bit, but I think they've stopped because I quit feeding them. As you can see, I use all natural comb, no foundation. So I'm just going to set this one over here in my quiet box just to get it out of the way. Go all the way over here in the middle. A lot of frames they hadn't pulled yet, so I might start feeding them again. Just to get them to pull comb. And to pull comb, to get them to pull comb, all you gotta do is just feed them a real light syrup, really less than 1 to 1. We'll get them to start pulling comb. Don't want to feed them anything heavy. So, probably going to start feeding them again here soon to get them to pull the rest of this comb out. Here's one frame here to show you what they do. I use foundationless frames, and I do wire them. I wire the brood frames, and they're building that comb right down through the wires. The wires is naturally embedded in it, makes it more rigid. So they're really not doing much up here. So I'll probably need to start feeding them again to get them to start pulling comb. Let's see what they did down below with the frames that I checkerboarded in there. And I just want to see how she's laying. I hadn't been in this box in a while. Give it a little bit more smoke. Adjust the camera. The way I work a hive, I always take this first one out. And I work from the edge. Take this one out. The likelihood of the queen being on it is kind of slim. I can tell from the weight that this was full of nectar. Several cells of pollen. I'll show you that. Cells of pollen up there at the top. That shiny stuff is nectar that they'll soon be turning into honey. Eggs and pollen on that frame. Here's the queen. This is one of the empty frames I put in when I checkerboarded. I usually don't do this. I'm gonna bring the queen over here, try to get her on the video. I wish I could see the camera better. Let's see where she's at. Bear with me. There she is. Right there. Got that red dot on her. That means she's a 2018 queen. And good looking brood pattern. I don't know if it shows up in the video, but a lot of eggs and larvae in there. So she's doing what she should, what she's supposed to do. So this next frame is another one. See which side she's on. I just want to make sure she's still on here before I put it back in the box. There she is. She's a big old girl. So let's look at one more. And that's another one that I put in when I checkerboarded it. You see, they tend to build downward first toward the entrance of the colony, toward the southeast side. I guess that's temperature regulation. So, I don't know. It's one of those beekeeping mysteries I don't have an answer for. But, hey, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, so who am I to question it? So, we'll put them back together. Leave them alone. Miss Queenie's doing her thing. Colony looks happy. there you go. Always real easy putting my boxes back together so that I don't crush any bees on them. Even though there's 50,000 bees in there, that one you crushing, pheromones gonna say, hey, 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 something's going on we don't like, so the rest of them might get mad. So I try not to crush any. All right, so that's it. That's a quick inspection. Colony's doing great. That's all. I've seen everything I needed to see. And in and out real quick. Okay. Okay, me and the bees are in a good mood today, so I figured I'd bring you along on another inspection. All right, let me read to you where this one came from. On 5/21, this is actually a swarm that flew into the yard. I had some old bait hives over here. Well, they're not old, but I had some bait hives sitting over here in my storage. And they actually flew in the yard and landed in them bait hives. I have a video somewhere of that. If it's not on YouTube, I'll try to I know it's on my Facebook page, but if it's not on YouTube, I'll try to transfer it over to YouTube and I'll post it up above. On 5, then I moved them out of that almost instantly into a 10 frame deep. On 5/31, I had to add a medium because they were growing so fast. On 6/23, I marked a queen, so she's a 2018 queen. On July the 29th, I added a feeder, and they've been looking good ever since. Very prolific. I don't think it's my swarm, because you'll see in the video, they literally flew over. We watched them fly over these trees coming into the yard and land in that bait hive. So I don't think they're my bees. They're what I call a gift, but who knows. So give them a little smoke, let them know I'm coming. Hive beetles. Let's test them. Test them with the hive tool. See if they pass it. They always fail. Hive beetles always fail the hive tool test. So, just killed a bunch of them. Alright, oop, there's some more. Let me get them. I know that's entertaining. Alright, let's see what we got. Whenever I take something like this off, I'll crack it. There's another one, and kill him. I'll crack it just a little bit, let the air pressurize, or the air neutralize. That's the wrong word, can't find the word. Equalize. So again, let me look, make sure Queenie is not up underneath her here. Because I have found the queen on the bottom side of feeders and on the bottom side of inner covers. So anytime I take one off before I set it against the hive, I'll look just to make sure she's not on there. That might, like Bob Blackwater says, that might be a bad plan. Check the camera. Okay, looks good. All right, let's see what we got. This one I checkerboarded as well, just like the other one. And let's see what they did. Like always, I take this outside one out. There's a the likelihood of her being on there is slim. Slim, not completely 100%, but slim. On this outside frame is they're storing pollen. Got a lot of nectar. You can tell they're getting ready for winter. So she's got a red dot on her. She should be easy to see. So I don't see her initially. So we're going to put this over here in the quiet box. This next frame is one of the foundationless frames I put in here when we checkerboarded. I didn't do all my colonies that way, but I did these two that I'm videoing today because I got the same problem most beekeepers have. I have a shortage of pulled comb, especially brood comb. So on this frame, a lot of eggs, larvae, good laying pattern. And again, you see that they're starting to comb toward the entrance. Now, this colony faces north. So I think it's got, I mean, I could be wrong, but I think it's got more to do with the entrance than it does the direction or the heat build up in the colony. So that's just my 2 cents. Every beekeeper's got 2 cents. Some got a whole pocket full of change. So let's see what we got. I'm not going to stay in here long. I just want to see what these frames look like. This one's heavy, so that tells me before I even get it up, there's a lot of nectar in here. And there is a lot of nectar. Okay, I'm a firm believer in showing good and bad. As most of you that watch these videos know, I am a chemical-free beekeeper. Hadn't used chemicals since 2014, so you know, I trust my stock, my local stock. All right, let me show y'all something. I could be wrong, but I think this is Chalkbrood, and I think what causes that is stress. Okay, see how some of that larva has been uncapped. The larva inside, let me see how close I can get. The larva inside look like little mummies. They look weird. I don't know of any other kind of adjective to use, but I think that's Chalkbrood. If any of y'all know better or think it's something other than that, please comment below. Okay, what do? Nothing. These bees are hygienic. That's how they survive. The reason that cell is uncapped is because they know something's wrong with that larva. They'll pull it out. So that's concerning. But the bees are handling it. That's what I let the bees do. Handle it. I don't intervene with situations like that because they know better than me what to do. This is another frame that was added when I checkerboarded it. Good laying pattern. Brood looks good. I see pollen. A lot of royal jelly in them cells. So that means the nurse bees are doing a good job feeding the larvae. Let's look at a couple more. I'm not even going to go into the bottom. The next one down because I don't need to. I know she's here. We're queen right. Very strange, you got the same situation here with the larva. So we may have to do a follow-up video on this colony to see. Right there's a really good example, if I can get it on the camera, of what I'm looking at. Let me see if I can find it. Of course, the bees are trying to cover it up. All right. See in there what I'm looking at? So, it looks strange to me. But just because something looks strange, don't mean that Mark's going to do anything about it. Let the bees figure it out. So, this colony looks good. Put them back together. Queen's doing what she's supposed to be doing. Lots of eggs and larvae in a good pattern. And the nurse bees are doing what they're supposed to be doing, because the larvae that are capped, that they sense something wrong with, they're uncapping them and doing something with them. That's what bees are supposed to do. So why should I interfere? I think sometimes we interfere in ways that we think we're helping a colony when we're actually getting in their way. Much like that old story of a stray dog. Man's going down the road, sees a stray dog running down the road. He says, "Oh, poor dog, he's homeless." Picks the dog up, takes him home with him, and later finds out the dog was on the way home. But he got in the way because he did something that he thought was good when actually he was hindering the dog. Just an old story. So anyway, colony looks good. That's all I needed to see. Got a little problem in there. The bees are handling the problem. So if any of you know what that is, I hope you can tell in the video. Leave it in the comments. Give me a heads up. Okay, thanks. Thanks for visiting my little apiary. Y'all have a great day. I know I am.